Okay, so last week we discussed the first 5 questions, right? So I'm not going to go through it again. If you want to go for it, you can refer the very last minutes of the previous day recording, or the previous week recording. So I'm starting from the 6th one. So in the 6th one, they are asking some devices serve as either inputs or output devices only, while others serves as both input and output devices. Which of the following serves as output devices only? So it's quite simple question. Like when the touch screen is there, touch screen is input and an output, right? So because of the touch screen, this is cancelled. And printer is an output device. Webcam is not an output device. It is a video input device. So it is not out of context. Printer and speaker is going to be the answer. Again, because of the touch screen, it's going to be disqualified because touch screen act as input and output device. So the 6th one, 3rd is the answer. 7th one, which of the following truth table is equivalent to the logic circuit given below? So first you have to figure out what kind of a logic circuit that we have, right? So it's better you go, since the circuit is simple, we are going to use the ones and zeros to see what are the outputs are, right? So A and B, once the A and B is given 0 and 0, here you are going to have 1, and here you are going to have 0. So output is going to have what? 1 into 1 plus 0, which is 1, and doing the complement of it. So it's going to be 0. Right, then when you got 0 and 1, it's going to be 1 over here, 1 over here, 1 plus 1 is 1. So it's going to give you 0 again. So the combination took 1 and a 0. You are going to have 0 from the NOT gate, 0 from here. So 0 plus 0 equals 0, and it's complemented. It's going to give you 1. And when the 1 and 1 is produced, NOT gate is going to produce you a 0. This is going to give you 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Complemented, it's going to give you a 0. So your output should go 0, 0, 1, 0. Right? So that's going to give you the second answer as the correct one. So 7th, it's going to be the second. I'll open the marking scheme as well for the cross-checking, so it will be easier. Okay, so the answer for the 7th is going to be 2. Yeah, so it's 2. On the 8th, which of the following logic circuit has a truth table equivalent to the truth table of the logic circuit shown on the right hand side? Okay, so this, of course, we have to, there are 2 ways that we can do. Like we can do it by taking ones and zeros and comparing it, but it's better you go with the truth table in this kind of manner, right? So first of all, you have to figure out what kind of a output that you are going to have. So if this is A, this is going to produce you A bar. If this is B, this is going to produce you B bar. Then the output is going to produce you A bar plus B bar. All right. So it's better you have the outputs of these things as well. So this is going to give you A dot B total bar, and this is going to give you A dot B total bar from here. B is going to be the output of this. So this is going to give you B plus A dot B total bar. And this, of course, hold on a second. This is going to be A plus B. This is going to be another A plus B. And yeah, this is going to be something a little bit complex. A plus B dot A plus B's total bar. Right, so this output is going to be A plus B's total bar. Right, so since we know what are the outputs, it's better we figure out what kind of solutions are going to be here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the A and B, and it is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. The combination is, so A bar is going to go 1, 1, 0, 0, and B bar, it is going to be 0, 1, I'm sorry, 1, 0, 1, 0. Right, so A bar plus B bar is going to give you what? 1 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0. Now, when you are looking at this, you should have the idea, or you should have some things to be taken into your mind, like it is something that we have learned as one of the gates, right? So the gates that we have learned is like the AND, OR, and NOT. And as the combinational gates, we have learned the NAND and the NOR. So I'm going to check the NAND and the NOR first. So first I'm going to check A dot B's total bar. So A dot B, we know that is easy, it is 0, 0, 0, 1. And now you can see the answer. So A dot B's total bar is going to be 1, 1, 1, and a 0. So this and this are identical, right? So the answer is going to be the first one. Right, so for the 8th one, it's the first answer. For the 8, yeah, it is the first answer. Okay, moving to the 9th, consider the following statement. Managing the hardware, providing user interface, providing spreadsheet and word processing facilities. Which of the above are key services of an operating system? Now, definitely managing the hardware, providing user interface, but it is not providing spreadsheet and word processing facilities. For those, there are separate applications, right? Or the application softwares in the system. So only A and B for the 9th. First one is the answer. Yeah. And the 10th, consider the following statements. Register memory in a computer has a smaller capacity than that of a hard disk. Yeah, now that is a very correct statement. Register memory in a computer has a smaller capacity than that of a hard disk. Yes, so register memories, they basically made out of kilobytes of capacities, and the hard disk, it is made out of the gigabytes as well as the terabytes. And the B, data access speed of registry memory is slower than the speed of hard disk. No, when it comes to the speed, data access speed, it goes the other way around. It has the smallest capacity, but it is the fastest, right? So the statement B is wrong. Register is more faster than the hard disk, right? So it says register memory is slower than the speed of hard disk, which is an incorrect one. So A should be in your answer, B should not be in your answer. So definitely, since B is incorrect, since they are asking the true one, first one is gone, third one is gone, fourth one is also gone. So the answer straight away goes for the second one, right? The statement C says per bit cost to store in registry memory is higher than the per bit cost to store data in hard disk. Definitely, because registry memory, we can't purchase it separately. If you are purchasing it, you have to purchase a central processing unit, which cost you like more than the hard disk, right? So definitely the statement C is a correct statement. So correct answer is going to be the second one, A and C only. Consider the following statements. A is saying login into a computer using a stolen user ID and password of another person, downloading and installing a free and open source software without paying for license. The manager of an online shop selling a list of email addresses of his customers to marketing company without the consent from the customers. Which of the above examples create ethical issues? Yeah, logging into a computer using a stolen user ID and password of another person. Yeah, that's going to be an ethical issue. Downloading and installing free and open source software without paying for license. So free and open source software does not have license. That is why it is told free and open source. So like this will not give you any ethical issues. And again, part C, handing over the contacts of the customers without the consent of them is an ethical problem. So A and C, the third one is going to be the answer. So in the marking scheme, 10, it is 2, 11, it is 3. So 10, it is 2, 11, it is 3. 12th, the following four icons labeled as P, Q, R, and S are commonly used in word processing software to align text in a document. Consider the following statements. P aligns text to left and R aligns text to right. Yeah, definitely. That is left align. P is left align command and R is right align command. P align text to left and S align text only to right. P align text to left and S will align the text in both the sides. So it is incorrect. Q align text to center and S justify text. Q align text to the center and S justify. Yeah, that is correct. So again, A and C is going to be the answer. 12th one, second one is the answer. Yes. So the 13th, it is asking, consider the following statement regarding tasks carried out on a spreadsheet file in a folder by a right-handed user. Consider the following statement regarding tasks carried out on a spreadsheet file in a folder by a right-handed user. Place the mouse button on the file and single click the right button of the mouse. Okay. So they are which of the above result in opening the spreadsheet file? Okay, that is what they are asking. Place the mouse pointer on the file and single click on the right button of the mouse. Place the mouse pointer on the file and double click on the right button of the mouse. Place the mouse pointer on the file and double click the left button of the mouse. They are asking which of the above results in opening the spreadsheet file. So definitely C will open the file. When you are when you are right-handed a user, you left click to to open a particular application, right? So spreadsheet again being an application, Double click in it will open it. So place the mouse pointer on the file and single click on the right button of the mouse. Now, single clicking will allow you the right mouse menu, right click menu. But the only thing is you have to select, there are many things in the right click menu. You have to select the open keyword, but here they haven't mentioned anything about open keyword. So the question says, consider the following statement regarding task carried out on a spreadsheet file in a folder by a right-handed user. Yeah. Now, since they have not talking about the this particular right click menu and all these things, I'm considering this as an incorrect one. Place the mouse pointer on the field and double click on the right mouse button. No, definitely not going to open it. So it's C only is going to be the answer. Let's check with the marking scheme. Yeah, 13 is the third answer. Okay, 14. Consider the following statement related to the use of shortcut keys in commonly used word processing software. Control C is used to copy text object, correct? Control A is used to select all text object in a document. Yeah, that is correct. Control V is used to paste objects already been copied. Of course, that is correct as well. So everything is correct. Right, 14, it's the fourth answer. Okay. Then in the 15th, they ask what would be the number displayed if formula 2 to the power 3 plus 5 minus 3 into 6 divided by 4. So we have to work this out. So the first thing that is going to happen is the things which inside the bracket. So 2 to the power 3 plus 5 minus 3 into 6 divided by 4. So 2 to the power 3 will stay, plus 5 minus 3 happens 2 into 6 divided by 4. Now, the power takes the place since the brackets are done. 2 to the power 3 is 8 plus 2 into 6 divided by 4. Then the multiplication and division going to happen. So multiplication will get the priority because he is the first when we work from the left. So 2 into 6 is 12 divided by 4. So that means 8 plus 3 will give you the 11. So the answer is going to be the third one. For the 14th and 15th, 14th, 4th, 15th, 3rd. Yeah, 14th, 4th, 15th, 3rd. Give me a second. Yeah. So moving to the 16th. Question 16 and 17 are based on the given spreadsheet and information given below. Circumference of the circle can be calculated with the formula 2πr, where r is the radius of the circle. Assume that the value of pi is given in cell C2. What formula should be entered into cell B2 to calculate the circumference of the circle? So they are asking what kind of a formula in here, right? So circumference is made out of 2πr, right? So definitely 2 should be a concrete value. It should be multiplied. Since pi is on this particular place only, and all these cells are providing the circumference of all these radius, I mean the relevant radius, pi is going to be changed. Pi is not going to be changed, the reference, but the radius reference is going to be changed. So 2 pi value is in the C2. So it's better we say, since we are copying it down, it is the raw number that is going to be changed if it's changed relatively. So it should be $2, because C is not going to change anyway, since the formula is copied in the same column, but 2 is going to be changed. If it is copied relatively, 2 will become 3, 3 will become 4 when you go cell by cell. So $2, and then R is going to be the corresponding R. That means A2. So this particular answer, not the fourth one, not the third one, the incorrect operators are being used. Here you got the incorrect operator as well. So that is obvious that you are going to have this answer. So what they have done here is they have put a $sign to here as well. It does not do any additional changes or additional effect on the formula, because C is not going to change anyway. Right? So 16 is going to give you 1 as the answer. So for the 15 it is 3, 16 it is 1. Yeah, 15 we got 3, 16 we got 1. Which of the following will appear in cell A6 if the formula says equal sum A2 colon A5 divided by count A2 colon A5? So A2 colon A5, that means 20, 21, 25, 22, divide by count A2 colon A5. Count will count number of values, right? So it will give you the answer 20 plus 21 plus 25 plus 22 divided by 4, right? So this is the sum and this is the count, right? So how it's going to be? 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. So it is like 88 divided by 4. That means 22. So the third one is going to be the answer. Moving to the 18th. Consider the following statement relating to this slide with multiple objects. created using presentation software. The animation effects can be applied to multiple objects on a given slide. Yeah, that is possible. Animation effects can be applied to multiple objects. Of course, it can be done. The slide transition can be applied to whole slide only. Yeah, that is why it is called slide transition. It is only for the whole slide. So A is correct, B is correct. So definitely the second one is out, third one is out. Since B is missing in the second, A is missing in the third. Part C says the slide transition effects appears when the slide change from one to next during the slideshow view. Yeah, now that is correct as well. So that gives you everything is correct. So for 18, it's the last one. So 19 to 22 are based on the following database table that I used to store student subject mark. Okay, people, before I continue, is it clear so far? All right. So 19 says, how many fields are there in the subject table? Subject table, fields, there are two fields, subject code and subject. An easy question. Right? And what should be the most suitable field as the primary key for the student table? So in the student table, primary key is going to be something which is not repeating and not null, right? So date of birth, now even though date of births are different from each other, we are not going to consider birthdays or like the days or the names kind of things as the primary keys, right? We choose something very simple and which can be clearly presented. Class, anyway, we can't take it. It is repeating. So the best answer is going to be the student number. 1001, 1002, 1003, and 1004 is existing. 21st, what would be an example for a foreign key in the database? So as you can see, student table, student number is the primary key. Subject table, subject code can be considered as the primary key. Marks table, what we can guess is we can take subject code, student number together as the primary key, but alone, subject code alone is going to be an foreign key, because here this subject code is primary key. And the student number alone will become the same situation, right? So other than that, we can't see anything works as a foreign key. So as the question says, subject code in subject table. No, it's the primary key. Subject code in marks table. Definitely, it's going to be an foreign key. Marks in mark table. No, marks cannot be a foreign key. DOB in student table. Date of birth is not a foreign key. So for 21, second one is going to be the answer. 22nd, how many marks did Kapila obtain for English? That is a simple thing to find. How many marks did Kapila obtain for English? So Kapila is where right over here. So Kapila's student number is 1003. And the next thing is I have to find it for English. So this English has the subject code 3. Right? So subject code 3 goes over here. And the student number 10303 goes over here. So the answer is going to be 70. Right? So the answer is second. Twenty-third. Consider the following statement related to the database software. A collection of fields related to one object is called a record, which is correct. A collection of related tables is called a database. Yes, again, that is correct. A foreign key of one table is the primary key of another table. Yeah, a foreign key of one table is the primary key of another table. Now that is a true statement. So everything is correct. Every statement is correct. Okay, 24th. Consider the algorithm in the following flowchart. What value will be displayed for x and y respectively if the inputs are x equals 0, x equal 10, and y equal 20 for the following flowchart. So let's hand trace this and see. So it starts x and y are requesting. X is 10, y is 20. Then it is checking. They are asking to assign y to z. Right? Assign y to z. That means z is going to become 20. That means from here. Then they say assign x to y. Right? So that means 20 is dropped. Now it is 10. Then it says z to y. So z means 20. So z to x. Z means 10. 20. X means 10. Right? So x is 20, y is 10, and z is 20. Yeah, they're asking x and y, 20 and 10. Third one. Let's check the values. Yeah. For 24th, it's third. Okay, so the 25th, consider the following pseudocode with the label P to find the product of numbers from 1 to 10. So product equals 1, number equals 0. All right, so it says repeat number equal number plus 1, product equal product plus number until the condition. So they have asked different kinds of conditions over here, which will trick you sometime. So it is asking number is larger than 10. Repeat until works when only the condition is false. Right? So having the product as 1, number as 0, by repeating it, number is going to be increased by 1. Product is going to be increased like number of numbers time. Right? So, and the condition must be incorrect for that to iterate. Right? So until number larger than 10. So for the moment you have the right, number is 0. So it's going to be from 0 to towards 10. That is going to happen. So the number should be less than 10 if it is going to become the correct argument. Right? So when we say number less than 10, that argument is incorrect, then it runs again. That is how repeat until works. So now we have to figure out whether it is number less than 10 or number less than or equal to 10. Now this first one and the third one is gone. So number less than 10, if you take number less than 10, number is not going to become 10. Yeah. So when this repeats, number takes the value 1, and that 1 will be allowed. If the if the number is less than 10, what will happen is 10th value, or like the number 10, will not be added to the product, because when it is less than 10, when only less than 10 is false, will happen this thing. So let me check it again. Product is 1, number is 0. Repeat number, okay. So less than 10. So when the number is 9, let's assume the number is 9. So if the condition asks number, this particular one, so the condition is true, right? The number increased by 1, so it will become 10. This is multiplied by 10. So when it is multiplied by 10, you don't need to worry about, right? So it seems to be the second one is going to be the answer. Let's cross check with the 25th. Oh no, this is the third one. Hold on. Number equal number plus 1 will give you a 9. Yeah, when this is 9, when the number is 9, 9th value will be added. When it is 10, 10th value will be added. So the condition checks. Yes, people, less than or equal must be there, because this exits when the condition is true. So when the number becomes 10, it should be exit. That means condition should be go true, right? So yeah, I have to change my approach. Hold on. So it's not the less than 10. Less than 10 is going to become disqualified because repeat until happens when the condition is true, when the condition is false. So if it is number less than 10 or number less than or equal 10, since number increasing from 0 to upwards, anyway, it is always less than 10. So less than 10 or less than equal 10 will give you true. So it will only run for one time, then nothing is going to happen. But when you say larger than 10, so since it is increasing from 0, the number larger than 10 will happen when the number grows beyond the 10. Right? So larger than 10 will be okay. And when the larger than or equal happens, like when the value equals to 10, this should be stopped. Right? So for that reason, the condition should be true when the number is equals to 10. Right? So at this particular condition, when the number's value is 10, condition is not true. 10 is larger than 10. That is what they asked in the question. So 10 is not larger than 10. So then obviously it goes for the third one. Okay, is that clear, everyone? Okay. For the 25th, it's the third one. For the 26th, which of the following pseudocode segment is equivalent to the logic of the algorithm given in the flowchart? Okay. So start. They haven't mentioned the start. So they are asking pseudocode segment. So when they say start the pseudocode segment, without start and end, you can just write what is in between. So that will be considered as a segment. So this says n equals 0. So here you got n equal 1. Here you got n equals 0. And here you got n equals 0. And here you got n equals 1. And just looking that having n equals 1, we can't say that the algorithm is going to be wrong. Right? Because we have to check further how it is going to happen, the flowchart. So in flowchart, n will become 0. So it will increase by 1. That means n will become 1 in this step. Then it displays. That means 1 is going to display. Right? This is displaying 1. So the first one says n equals 1. Checks the condition whether n is less than or equal 10. So it is true. And it is saying add 1 to n. So here n is 1. From here, n will become 2. And you are going to display n. So it's going to become display 2. But 2 is not the one that is going to display. It's the one as the very output that they are going to display. So the first one is wrong. What's Suzu? Okay, so the first one is down. Second one, it says for n equals 0 to 10, do display n. So here, n starts from 0 and increase 1 by 1 after an iteration. So for the first time, when it says display n, it's going to display you a 0 because the initial value of the n is 0. So for that reason, second one is wrong as well. In the third one, they start as n equals 0. They check whether n is less than or equal 10. Okay. And they ask to display n first. So that means, again, the initial value of n is 0. This shows 0. Then the n will become 1 later. So 0 is not an output in the algorithm. So third one is incorrect. So fourth one obviously should be the answer. So it says n equals 1 and displays n. So that means 1 will be displayed at the very first point. All right. So that means when this become 1, 1 was displayed. When this become 2, 2 was displayed. Go and help me there. Go and help me there. So that means. Okay, so you go and find the magic wand. No, I don't have it. We have. Sorry for that paper. So when it's become 9, 9 will be displayed. And the condition checks whether 9 is larger than 9. Still, this gives the answer no. That means this will become 10. 10 is displayed. So now they are checking whether the 10 is larger than 9. So the answer is yes. So it goes on the yes part. That means it's going to display from the numbers from 1 to 10. This gives you the same output. So for 26th, it's the fourth one. 27. People, is that clear? The 26th? Yes, people. How about the 26th? Lamai, is that clear? Okay. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance, people. Yeah, Susu is. Lamai, excuse me for a moment. Okay, so the 27th one, consider the following pseudocode x equals 0. And what they're asking is, as the output, the above pseudocode, how many times the star will be displayed? Right, so we have to hand trace it. So x is 0. They say do. So do while is going to behave in the very same way of the while. Right, so it says display a star. So I'm going to manage my display over here. So they display a star. So first star is there. So then say x equals x plus 2. So x will become 2. They check whether the x is less than 5. Yes, x is less than 5. So the condition is true. Then they ask us to display a star again. So displaying the star again. Increase x by 2, 4. Condition is still true. 4 is less than 5. Then it goes and displays the star again. X is increased by 2. That means 6. Now the condition is wrong. X is not less than 5. Right? So only 3 times it will be shown. Oh my God. 3 times is not there. Hold on. Yeah. 27. Yes, they have given all. It is because you don't have an answer. So 27, they have marked it as all correct, since you don't have an answer. Okay, so the 28th, consider the following pseudocode. If average larger than 70, then if sport underscore color equals true, then all around awards equals true. There are 2 end ifs. So what you can see here is the nested if concept. Right, so there are 2 ifs. When this is true, we are going to come to the next if, and then it is true, this is going to happen. Which of the following is equivalent to the logic of the above pseudocode? So they use if average larger than 70 and the and clause sport color equals true, then all around the awards true. Yeah, now that is the answer. Because to become the all around awards equals true, both these conditions must go true. Right? So when you use an and clause, both the operands, the condition which are on both sides of the and, must be true to provide you the true Boolean output. Right? So O will not act like that. If any one of the conditions are true, O is going to give you the true output, like the games. Right? And third and fourth, it is lacking one particular condition. Right? So third and fourth is not going to happen. Right? It's not going to give the value true to the all around award only when the average is larger than 70. right? Neither sport color is equal to true alone. Both things should happen. So the correct answer is the first one. Okay, so use the following paragraph to answer 29 and 30. All right, currently users of the school library can reserve a book by filling a form. The library informs the user by sending a letter when the book is available. Sometimes the library informs the wrong users by mistake. The librarian is planning to introduce a new information system to replace the current manual system. With the new system, a user can reserve a book online. The system sends an email to the user when the book reserved is available to borrow. The librarian suggested that the both manual system and the new system to operate till they make sure that the new system works without any problem. So that's the scenario. So consider the following statement related to the librarian's proposal. The new system will improve efficiency of the reservation process. The new system will improve efficiency of the reservation process. Lamai, just a second. Okay, so consider the following statement related to the librarian proposal. The new system will improve efficiency of the reservation process. Yeah, it will increase the, it will improve the efficiency of the reservation process because earlier the reservation is done by filling a form, right? So that need to be done manually. Now here, they are going to do it online, right? Maybe using an app, maybe using a website, right? So it will increase the efficiency. Yes, that is true. Then the B is asking the new system will improve accuracy of the reservation process. Yeah, in the earlier system, the problem was library informs the wrong user by mistake, right? So the user fill a form and say that they need this book. So when it is available, library send a letter to the user by saying, okay, this book is now available, you can come and borrow it. But they mistakenly inform to the incorrect users. Now, when online reservation is done by the users, right? So they will have the ability, or they will have the option, or the facility to check whether a particular book is available. Then only they can reserve, right? So it says with the new system, a user can reserve a book online, right? And the system sends an email to the user when the book reserved is available to borrow. So it's a system that is going to do. So it will improve the accuracy. The new system will have a negative impact on the user who cannot get access to the internet. Yeah, that is also true, people, because this is an online system. If a particular user does not have the internet facility, they won't be able to use it. So it is a negative impact of the users who does not have the internet. So everything is correct. So the fourth one is going to be the answer. Okay, 30th. Which of the following is the proposed deployment approach for the above information system? So the explanation says, librarians suggest that both manual system and the new system to operate till they make sure the new system works without any problem. So if the old and the new system goes together, that means it's a parallel deployment, right? So the first one is going to be the answer. Okay. Then the 31st, consider the URL, this particular thing. The donates.lk is called, yeah, it's a easy one, the domain name, right? So I think you can remember the other parts. This is called the protocol, right? www is called the service. Exam is going to become the path to the resource is located, right? So for the 31st, first one is going to be the answer. 32nd, which of the following can be used to find a piece of information on a website when the relevant URL is not known? So if you don't know about a URL, a specific URL, if you want to find something, you can use a keyword on a search engine. So the search engine is the one which is going to help you. So for the 32nd, first one is going to be the answer. In 33rd, consider the following segment of an email sent to Ajit and 3 others. If you send the email to Ajit at doe.lk as given above, who are the recipients that Ajit will see as having received this email? So they have used Ajit as the main recipient. They have a carbon copy given to the Rizvi and Kumar. So Ajit can see this mail is being sent to the Rizvi and Kumar. There is a blind carbon copy to the Frank. So neither the Ajit nor Rizvi or Kumar will have the idea that this email is being sent to the Frank. Right? So, and again, Frank can see to whom these emails are being sent and being copied. Right? That means BCC will be able to see both this recipient, but none of these recipient will see the BCC recipient. So the question is asking, who are the recipients that Ajit will see? Ajit means this one, the main recipient, as having received this email. So it's only Rizvi and Kumar, right? So it's not only Ajit at doe.lk, not that one. And I think it's the second one, Ajit, Rizvi and Kumar. This is going to be the correct one. So Ajit will not see the Frank. And so here we got Frank again. So these two are incorrect due to that. So the answer is the second one. 34th, which of the following is HTML can be used to provide substitute information for an image if a user cannot view the image due to slow internet connection? Yeah. So slow internet connection means sometimes the image is not being loaded. So that means when the image is not being loaded, we can use alt text to provide an alternative text. So that means the third one is going to give you the answer for that. 35th, what is the correct HTML code segment for creating the hyperlink? Ministry of Education for http:// yes, this particular web address. So it should be the anchor tag, and inside the anchor tag, they should use the href attribute and given the value, this exact web address as the value of that attribute. So here they use only anchor tag, so it is wrong. No href attribute. Here they have used the anchor tag as well as the href attribute, and the value goes the correct way. So the second one is going to be the correct answer. Here they use the anchor tag, but incorrect attribute is used, same name, so it is wrong. And here they have used an incorrect attribute, so it is wrong with the anchor tag. Okay, people, is that clear? Everyone? Okay. So the 36th, which of the following HTML tag can be used to make numbered list in HTML? It's a simple one, an OL, ordered list. Ordered list will give you numbers and unordered list will give you bullets. 37. Consider the following scenarios. Obtaining a copy of an original birth certificate online, paying water bills online using the website of a national water supply and drainage board, and obtaining the revenue license for a vehicle online. Which of the above are e-government related services? Having a birth certificate is something which is done by the government authorities. So it is happening online, so it is an e-government. Paying water bills is an online transaction which is done to the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, which is government again. So it is e-governance. Having revenue license are issued by the government. So since it is done online, so it is also can be taken as an e-government service. So everything is correct. A, B, and C. 38. Consider the following statements. Uninterrupted power supply, software firewall, use of username and password to log into a computer. Which of the above are example for logical security? Now, logical security means the security things that we can have as in logical manner, not in physical manner. So we can't touch it and see what are the security things that we have done. So like virus cards, username and password and all these things. So uninterrupted power supply is a device, so which is a physical security. So it is incorrect. Firewall, we can have it in two different ways, software firewalls as well as hardware firewalls. Since it is a software firewall, it can be taken as logical, so it is correct. Use of username and password, definitely going to be a logical one. So the answer is going to be the third one, B and C. 39th, which of the following is an example of safe use of internet? Hiding personal information such as telephone number and address on social media, which is a safe use of internet. Clicking on links in emails that come from unknown person, no, that is unsafe, people. So we do not do that. So it is not a way of using internet safely. Communication with strangers on social media, again, not a safe way to do things. So it's A only, the first one. 40th, consider the following statements. Careless disposal of electronic waste into the environment. So the question what they ask it is, which of the above are example for safe e-waste disposal? So careless disposal of electronic waste into the environment, definitely not a safe way to do that. Handing over unusable compact fluorescent light and the other electronic devices to recycling centers. Yeah, that is a safe way to do it. Sell or donate working electronic devices to others without discarding them. That is on the concept of reuse, and that is correct as well. So B and C will be the answer for the 40th, which is the third one. Yes, so we are done with the first paper. Let me know how much you got out of 40. And meanwhile, I'll move into the first question of the second paper. And if you got any problem regarding this, it's time for you to ask. Very good, Gulabi. You just missed the one. Well done. Minha, very good. Himidiri, very good. Keep it up. Januli, well done. Keep it up. Tamadi, it little bit more doer. You have passed the most of the things, so try to have the 35 limit. Only few to go. Saran, very well done. Right. I'm moving to the first question of the second paper. I think it is in somewhere in the car. Once that is done, I'll find it for you. Right? I think I'll search for it after the class, Suzu. Convert the binary number, this particular one, to octals. Show steps in your calculation. So when they ask you to show the steps, it's better you show it very well. Right? So copy it carefully, people. 110, 111, 11, 00, 11, and 00. Then to convert this binary into the octal, group it into 3 bits. So each and every group contains the place values 1, 2, and 4. And then you can add the things or add the place values which has 1 above it. So 4 and 2 will give you a 6. Here everything needs to be added. So it's 7. Here it is only 1. And here it is only 4. So 6,714 in octal. So they ask you convert hexadecimal number 752 to binary. Show your steps in your calculation. So it's the other way around, people. So 752 in hexadecimal. If we convert this into the binary, we write it in 4-bit binary codes. Each and every symbol is going to represent as a 4-bit code. So the place values will help you again. One, 2, 4, 8. So 2 will represent as 0, 0, 1, 0. Since the representation is 2. To represent 5, 4 and 1 can be used. So 1, 1 on those places. Other places has zeros. For 7, you can consider 1, 2, and 4. So 0, 1, 1, and 1. Right? So the binary number can be written as 0, 1, 1, 1. 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. So Harathat is doing a class. Okay, so this is going to be the binary value. You can represent this without the leading 0, like starting from 1, right? So that is also correct, right? So 1 mark for this and 1 mark for this. Right? Is that clear, everyone? Okay, you'll check it. People, is that clear? Okay. So the second one, a flashlight with motion and light sensors is located outside the front door of a building. The light turns on automatically when it is dark and when someone approaches the door from outside, when both conditions are satisfied, right? The motion sensor turns from off to on when someone comes near to the door. The light sensor is on when there is light and off when it is dark. The block diagram of the circuit, figure 1, relating to this scenario is shown below. What are the suitable logic gates for P and Q in the above circuit? The above circuit is modified by the adding, oh yeah, that is the second part. Yeah. So as the first part, we have to figure out what are the things that is going to be on P and Q, right? So how we are going to figure this out? It's going to be the light sensor. So the flashlight is on. When the flashlight is on, so we can write the requirement like this. Flashlight is on when light sensor indicates dark and motion sensor indicate an approach or some movement, right? So the flashlight is on. We can take it as F equals light sensor indicates dark. So if I take light sensor as L, light sensor indicates dark when it is 0. When there is light, off when it is dark, it says. Right? So that means L bar, because 0, if the sensor is L, 0 indicates L bar. 1 indicates L. And the motion sensor turns from 0 to off to on when someone comes to the door. So that means someone's approach on the door. That means it will become 1 when someone approaches. So the motion sensor, I will take it as M. So this gives you F equals L bar dot M. So L means the light sensor. So if I need to make L bar, I need a NOT gate over here. Right? So this will give you L bar. And this is M. So to on the flashlight, these two should be go through a AND gate because it is L bar dot M. Right? So P is going to be NOT gate. Q is going to be an AND gate. Right? I'll go with the marking scheme. There you go. P is going to be a NOT gate. Q is going to be an AND gate. And in the second one that they are asking, the above circuit is modified by adding an OR gate and a switch on when 1, off when 0 to the below figure. Identify which of the two in the following statement are correct regarding the modification given in figure 2. Write down the relevant statement number. When switch is on, the flashlight always be on. Yeah, like why they say it something like that. So switch is on, it will always give you the indication 1. Since this is an OR gate, and since it receives 1 from one particular line, it doesn't matter what is going to be there in this line, because OR gates give you 1 as the output if either the inputs are 1. So it is getting 1 always from the switch. So regardless of the input from this side, this will output 1. So it is always be on. So that is correct. When switch is off, the circuit behaves as the circuit in figure 1. Let me see. The switch is off means you are going to receive a 0 from here. Right? So whatever the input, whenever 1 comes from this side, it's going to on the light. When 0 comes from this side, it's going to off the light. So yes, in the earlier situation, same happens. Right? When only you receive 1 from the Q, it only flashes it. Right? So when it is 1, when this is 0, since this is an OR gate, this will become 1. Right? So when this is 0, still this is 0, this is going to be a 0. So that means it is off. Right? Because this part is not going to change. When the switch is off, it is always 0 from the switch line. Other output, that means here it can change due to these two sensors. Right? So when it is 1, since this is an OR gate, it is always 1. When this is 0, this part is also 0, that means it is 0. So the second one is correct as well. Third one says the behavior of two circuits are identical. We can't say those two are identical, right? The switch controls the output, right? That means even like in the above circuit, when the environment is dark and when someone is approaching, then only the light will be on. But this switch can on the light at any time, at any given time. right? That is being proven from the first statement. Right, so this one is incorrect. So the marking scheme says yeah, they're asking for the true statements, right? Identify which of the two in the following statement are correct regarding the modification in figure 2. So this is 1 and 2, right? So 1 mark. Okay, so the time is 4:33. I'm going to end the session from here. So by next week, we are going to complete this and going to discuss the first paper of the 2018. So please be prepared for that, right? So I'll see you on next week for the very same time to discuss the rest of the things in 2017, and we'll move to the 2018 as well, right? So thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to end the session from here. I'll see you next week for the very same time. Thank you, everyone. Have a very nice weekend.